Ooh, we're live.
Want beer?
Oh, yeah?
Well, so's your face.
Stop touching my magic phone.
Well, you're mistaken.
Vidka?
Hey,
You're really campaigning for Bitch of the Year, aren't you?
I swear, one of these times you're gonna wake up in a coma.
If we can focus, keep discipline, and not have quite as many mysterious deaths, Sunnydale is gonna rule!
Hey everybody, welcome to GurRcast. This is episode 58 of the only Buffy and Angel podcast for newcomers and aficionados. I am your host, Brandon Ellison.
And I'm Joel Rocket Rose, and we don't normally do our podcast at this time for those viewing it live. I have a really fun effect happening in my front window. I feel like I'm in a discotheque, or as Brandon said, being questioned by the policia.
Yeah, it's.
Does that ring true to home, Brandon? Did that happen to you recently?
No, it happened to me in Poland in the back of a police van.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I think I told you about it because I had edibles in my bag and they had a drug dog.
Polish police.
Polish police. Polish. So we are here and we are talking, as always, about Buffy and Angel episodes. I feel like we owe people a little bit of an apology to our Patreon subscribers. Not an apology, but an explanation.
Oh,
So-
for sure. Okay, so let me just start out right now because I know the ladies want to know, or not the ladies, that anyone who wears the lipstick wants to know. What I'm wearing today is Souffle by ColourPop. Those are the people that make Kylie Jenner's, but this is the generic version, and I like it better.
Please sponsor us.
Also, so it's my fault, you guys. The reason why we missed last week, 100%, I am taking full accountability. I had one of the shotses. I had one of the vaccinations, and I had a very strong reaction, a full 24 hours, fever, chills, like you would not believe. Like, thank God I was wearing my Invisalign because I would have broken a cap. I'm not kidding. And then not that I have a cap, I would have genuinely chipped a tooth. It was very serious chattering. I could have been my own percussion. And then also body aches. Like my mattress felt like it was bruising me.
Speaking of shameless plugs for sponsorships, Joel, why don't you tell us what you're wearing?
You guys, I die. This is my most favorite thing my mother has ever purchased me in my existence. It is the softest of soft. It's called Soft Serve Clothing, and they're like sweatsuits. I'm not kidding. I went like deep into the XLs for mine because I wanted it super big and baggy. It feels like you're wearing a Snuggie that's actually like looks good on your body.
So, Soft Serve Clothing, please sponsor us.
For real,
Alternatively, if
because
you
I've
won't
spent
sponsor
enough
us,
money there.
I'd love to be sponsored by Soft Serve Ice Cream. Like either one is fine.
Yum.
So Jewel had that issue with her vaccine reaction. We were gonna do it yesterday, and then I
Also, you guys comment if you've also had a reaction. Like, let's be in this together. I wish I wasn't so alone.
Yeah, I had.
Brandon,
to work
what are you
yesterday.
doing?
I've been working at an animal rescue here in Puerto Vallarta, so I go and walk dogs and take them to the
Lord's
vet,
work.
swim with them in a pool, so they learn how to be comfortable around water. It's quite fun. If anyone is ever in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, please come hang out with me, and we will go and play with puppies all day, like no problem.
Oh my gosh.
Or alternatively, if you're a big homo, we'll take those puppies, go to the beach, pick up some boys, because Puerto Vallarta is perhaps the gayest place I've ever been in my life, and I have been in some gay ass places. So please come down and say hi. I'm getting my second shot tomorrow. I'm flying to Texas for one day, then turning around and coming back to get my second shot tomorrow. Will says that he had bone aches and a headache after his second shot, but it was gone within 24 hours.
Yeah, it is gone within 24 hours, but that 24 hours is fucking miserable. Like, now I have to tell you, Brandon, after experiencing those symptoms, after having the vaccine, I am 100% convinced you could not tell me no. I had the COVID February 10th, 2020.
Yeah, I had it in March. Anyway, so that is what's going on. Also, so I had the Moderna vaccine, and Jewel had the Pfizer vaccine.
Yes. So we did different things for you guys. We did it for you.
Also,
because we're so
either
giving.
If Moderna or Pfizer would like to sponsor us, I will go get the other vaccine just to make our sponsors happy.
I'm just saying Pfizer preferred because I bought stock.
For me, Moderna preferred because they had it and they gave it to me.
Texas.
But I really wish I had waited for the Johnson & Johnson one.
I don't believe that.
The one and done, that's what
I'm sorry. If Johnson & Johnson is still being sued for the talcum powder that they used back in the day,
hey, Johnson & Johnson, want to sponsor us? Please sponsor us.
I'm just saying I'm very happy with my Pfizer choice. Even if it made me sick, I'm happy with my Pfizer choice.
Naomi nailed it. She says the best shot is the one you can get.
Oh, that's fact. Whatever.
100%.
I just need to feel better. I just need to feel better about myself at all times, you guys. So that's why I had to have the superior vaccine.
I wish I had gotten the Pfizer vaccine because it's apparently the superior vaccine. Jewel designed it herself.
I did. And you know what? It wears soft serve clothing. So there.
And eats soft serve ice cream. Amy's here. Hi, Amy. Anywho, so Jewel, what have you been watching or doing or being or whatever this week?
All right, you guys, this is my new obsession. And I was talking to Brandon. Brandon, you tell me what you think, because I don't think maybe we have talked about it. You guys, be still, be calm. I hope you are all seated. I hope you're not, actively driving. I hope you're at a stop sign or a stop light for this one. I have been watching women's NAACP basketball. No, that's not what I've been watching. NCAA, I did it again.
College basketball.
I've been watching college shit.
Did you just say the NAACP basketball?
I know. Can we cut it out? Actually, don't. It's a mistake that many people make. The letters are very similar and close together. NCAA, they're the same fucking letters in a different order. It's not my fault. I maybe have a touch of the dyslexia. Prove it. Okay, I've been watching the basketball.
Using NAFTA and NAMBLA.
I could do that easily.
Okay. You've been watching the college basketball. And
Are the ladies doing? UNICEF and the United Nations, I can absolutely confuse the two of
those.
They're
the same organization.
Really?
Yeah, it's the United Nations International Children something.
You guys, I pretend to be smart. I'm not actually.
How many charity things have you done for UNICEF and didn't know what it stood for? Right. Okay.
I can't publicly say how many I have done. I named it for the you should be in our Patreon so you can see what I will reveal.
You can watch the live video. Yes.
So dumb. Oh my God, my level of dumb sometimes. And here I am making fun of some of these players. I'm terrible. Okay, so at the meanwhile, I've actually wrote it down for myself. So that's how dumb I am. Sorry, everybody. The NCAA. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but there was a weight room discrepancy. Oh, it was such drama. It was exciting for me. That's how long quarantine has been. So this is what's up. At the NCAA, the weight room. Okay, that did not need to flash across my screen. I don't know what that means. Okay, so the weight room at the NCAA, almost again. Damn it, Jewel. Get it together. Jewel. NCAA. Let's make it short. NCAA. There was a problem with the weight rooms. The men's weight room was opulent, gorgeous. They had all the weights and things and all the lifty majiggers. Now, listen, they went to the women's weight room and showed up what was going on there. They had a single set of dumbbells and a stack of yoga mats. Come on, NCAA. Yep. Come on, NCAA. You can be better. You can do better. And guess what? Because of Sedona Prince, she did this post on TikTok. Now, Brandon, I'm not so into the TikTok. However, that is what I've been watching this week. The NCAA. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Support. Okay.
Okay,
So
and then-
Sedona Prince posted this on the TikTok, and she got so many followers, so many repostings, even from Vanessa Bryant, which I think is so supportive. Yes, women's sports, but now they have a beautiful new weight room that is actually full of all the things that you need to weight lift. Now, also Sedona Prince is a massive TikTok star now. Brandon, I don't know much about the TikTok. Do you?
No, I occasionally people send them to me, and then I watch them on whatever they send them, and then it's like, you should download TikTok, and I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm very busy.
No, but listen, there are things you can learn from the tick of the talk. Listen, so you can learn new words, and you can learn what these young people say, because I don't know about you, Brandon, but I didn't realize today that I am old.
Oh, I realized it when I turned 35 this Saturday, and I had
I'm not there yet.
2 nights ago, had a full-blown nervous breakdown because I'm like, I'm almost halfway to life expectancy. Like, I had
that in my office on Monday morning with Edgar. You can ask. He was like, girl lost her mind.
I still live like a teenager. I don't live like an adult.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to.
I moved back in with my parents for the corona, Brandon. I am 16 again.
Yeah. It's rough. But the TikTok teaches you what the kids are doing these days.
What they're doing and what they're saying. They do. No, it's like this, and they do. Yeah. Okay, but
it's just the Macarena for like Gen Zers, right?
100%. It's the Macarena for Gen Z. But what I'm getting at is there are words they are using that are different to words that I know the meaning of. What is simpin, Brandon? Do you know what simpin is?
Simp is like you're a simp, like you're just simple, you're basic.
No, that's not what it means. I thought that's what it meant. That's not true. And what I had to do then is contact my friend Nancy's girlfriend, who I like to refer to as Principal Sam. She is the greatest. She is so smart. And every time I need something to know about knowledge, especially young child knowledge, I call Principal Sam, because she also helped me figure out what H equal. Never mind. I'll do that at a later date. But so simpin is when you are super into someone and it causes you to do things you wouldn't typically do. They got you going crazy, and the person doesn't really know you exist. So you are simping for or simping on someone, or you can be a simp to someone. That is what it means.
Never going to use that word.
I've used it 8 times in the past week. All right. So, but just on purpose.
I know what standing someone is, because it's like a reference to a song from when I was in high school.
Yes. It's about Eminem invented Stan, Gen Z, Gen X. What are you? What are they? Youngins.
Gen Zers. Gen X is before us. They're the ones that all did heroin and died in the 90s.
Yeah, but isn't there like a past gen? Never mind. Anyway. Simpin is a word. Do you know what cap or cappin is? Cap,
like
no
to
cap.
Shoot someone, you pop a cap in them.
No, that's not what it means anymore. Cap means lie. No cap means truth. So no lie, no truth. That's what it means.
Never gonna use that.
I've also used that more than I would actually like to admit. Bussin'. Do you know what bussin' is?
That's when you try to diversify schools by bringing in disadvantaged children into richer schools. You bust.
No, that was in the early 2000s. That happened at my school. But listen, I thought it was great. I love a little. I like to mix it up. Anyway,
I've heard.
Hey, well, who hasn't? Bussin' is just awful today. Bussin' means like very good, like fire, that's the new fire, because Kanye's over and he's been canceled. So you bussin' girl, or they have that trend on TikTok where it's like the normal song and then it goes into bussin' and you get squat, which I don't think is an attractive position for anybody. That's just my personal opinion. Also, last one, you guys. So we have 4 vocabulary words this week for the Buffy podcast: simpin', cap, no cap, bussin', and drip. Do you know what drip is? You can have drip. You can teach drip.
Do you drip from your WAP?
No, you don't. No, because I thought that too. It was like, that's foul. Why do we have So I'm understanding that from the Gen Z, all these words are conceptual. Like they're all concepts that they've decided to like bring down into one single word. To drip or have drip is to be covered in ice. Sorry, throwback to a word you will actually understand. Most people watching this. So it's about having a lot of jewelry on or like style. Your fly is what they used to say in the generation before me.
And so they say dripping now instead of fly?
Drip. You have drip. You drip in.
Like you're blinging.
Yeah. Yes, blinging is now a no word. Also, females out there is no side part any longer, so I will stop with the side part for the rest of my existence. Also, skinny jeans are out. So you have to look like Moses in flared bottom jeans or mom jeans. Never in my life. Or
I've seen a lot of like young girls in mom jeans lately. And
yes,
I'm just like,
that's the thing. I was like
why do you want jeans that go up to your fucking belly button and make your ass look flat?
I'm sorry. They want camel toe and no definition. That's fine. You do you, girl. I'm not doing that. I will continue with my skinny jeans. I will move on to the middle part because I would like to look younger from the neck up.
Will says dripping means to flex hard. It can be used for jewelry or for WAP.
Oh my God, Will, you are. I should call you next time.
I love you.
So disgusting, but also.
Okay. Are you?
So those are 4 vocabulary words. I'd like you guys to use them this week in a sentence. Simpin, cap, no cap, bussin, drip. Use it, and also impress your teens if you have some. Will, do you use those words, Will?
I hope he does not. Will is a respectable teacher. Yeah, I don't think he's going to talk about dripping out of your WAP. I have.
They teach anatomy.
I have been watching Solar Opposites on Hulu. The second season came out. It's very funny. It's the creators of Rick and Morty, and I am like 6 of the 9 episodes done as of last night. It's the only thing I've watched since I've been here other than Buffy.
I love that. Well, now that we're 15, 17 minutes into our program, let's start talking about the Buffy.
I do want to say one more thing. R.I.P. Beverly Clearly, who was like my favorite author as a child. She just recently died. I don't know if you ever read Ramona Quimby or any of those books. No. She just died at like 105 years old, and I loved her. And R.I.P.
I'm so happy for you. I was more of a Judy Blume fan.
Same general idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about this week's episodes. Our first episode that we're going to talk about is the Buffy episode Family.
And let's be real, you guys. These episodes were so like that we needed some filler for this morning.
Willow feels betrayed when Tara's family makes a surprise visit to Sunnydale for her birthday, threatening to reveal a shocking secret that could endanger all of their lives. Meanwhile, Buffy and Giles secretly try to learn more about the new evil that is hunting her and her family. So this episode is our first like Tara-centric episode.
And I hated it.
I hate that you hated it because I don't hate it. It opens with like Willow and Tara like in bed, and Tara's telling Willow a story, and they're doing this cute like lesbian like thing about a cat and stuff and whatever, and they're studying spells. And Willow and Tara realizes that like Willow is like way more advanced of a witch than she is.
Yes, but also can we just slight rewind? Are you saying that strange cat story where she's like, tell me a bedtime story tell me a lesbian bedtime story is basically what she asked to be told, which is adorable.
No.
I was like, what is happening here? Is she 5? Why are we talking in baby voices?
I actually agree with you. The voice that Willow uses in this is fucking intolerable. I agree entirely.
It's awful.
Yeah.
That was nothing about that was cute.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. And Willow does that a little bit in the really early seasons, and it always annoyed me. And this is
baby talk is not cute. It's not cute unless you're talking. Guess what? To a baby or a baby animal.
Yeah,
and all animals are babies.
Yeah. So anywho, that is what happened. And then we go back to like Buffy talking to Giles about how Dawn is the key and Glory's trying to find her and yada yada yada. And Buffy's like, I have all these memories of her. I remember she did this thing.
And they're not real.
But of course they're not real because she wasn't really there. And we find out that Buffy's moving out of her dorm to move in with her parents to see, to move back in with her mom.
Sorry,
it's early. To move back in with her mom so that she can be there for Dawn and for her mom, who is not doing well health-wise.
Well, because her mom is sick and her dad, as we found out, has just disappeared. So I guess they rewrote the father's story as well when Dawn...
Yeah, because he wasn't. I mean, we see him in the early seasons, and he's not like an asshole. In fact, there's a whole like subplot about how he wants to spend time with Buffy.
Yes.
I kind of think they did him wrong, but I kind of think they had to because he doesn't really matter. You know, we do see him one more time in the series in the next season, and it's a very interesting appearance. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yes.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I won't.
Let me guess. He sucks.
He what?
Let me guess. He sucks.
No.
Ooh, surprise.
Yeah. So we're back at the hospital and we see Ben, the cute intern that Buffy has been kind of having a little, I would say, a minor flirtation with, despite the fact that Riley's there. Because frankly, I think all of us are fucking sick of Riley at this point, right?
Yes,
like, Riley
why is he
serves no
still
purpose.
there?
Yeah, exactly.
He is like Angel Part 2. Off we go, Senor.
Yeah. So Ben is there and he is going into the locker room and this like demon is like behind him and like following through the locker room, and the demon turns the corner and Glory's there. And Glory, and do you love Glory yet?
Yeah, I love her. I love her. She's like, listen, it is about me, and I said, girl, I get you because it's about.
And I love when Giles asked Buffy like, what is she like, and Buffy's like, she's kind of like Cordelia.
I love her. Oh my god, she's like so much better than Cordelia because Cordelia has. Ugh, let's not talk about Angel yet. I'm not prepared.
So the gang are researching Glory, and they don't come up with anything.
She's glorious.
Yeah, and then they're talking about Tara because they're supposed to go to this birthday party
and no one wants to go.
Throwing for Tara. Well, it's not that they don't want to go. They're just like they could take it or leave it. You know, nobody's like they don't want to go.
Same.
I mean, how many birthday parties have you been to that you didn't want to go to? I would say 95% of all birthday parties I've been to, I didn't want to go to.
That's true.
It just felt like an obligation.
And again, it's because I'm Glory and it's not about me.
Right. Same. So why do you think we host a podcast? And Buffy and Xander, they're all kind of having this conversation about how they don't really know what to get her. They don't really know much about her. They just think she's like very nice.
And weird. And says weird shit.
And a little weird. And she likes witchy stuff. And Giles is like, well, you're in a magic shop and you can't figure out what to buy a witch. And he's like, what am I going to get her a crystal ball? And Giles is like, I hope not, because I already got her one.
Because he's as clueless to what she wants as the rest of them.
Exactly.
Because no one knows Tara. I don't think she even knows herself. She is not my favorite.
And we get a brief flash of like Spike fantasizing about fighting Buffy while he's fucking Harmony.
Oh my god, that was the greatest scene I've ever seen in the series of this show. I would give this show an A just for that scene.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Where were we? Okay, so this guy comes in to the magic shop and he's like kind of a rednecky looking guy, and he's like, "What, are you gonna cast spells on me? Turn me into a frog, whatever?" And which is exactly how I would expect like a douchey straight guy to walk into a magic shop. Not
anymore, Brandon, because of cancel culture and all of those things. So that douchey guy is probably our age or older.
Yeah, and he's a Trump
because
voter.
because the young kids, this is not the life we live in anymore because we're not simps to the government.
Oh boy, let's not do that.
I used simp in a sentence. I'm so proud.
And he comes in and he's just like dripping confidence. And he's reveals himself that he's Tara's big brother, Donnie, who came to town with her father and her cousin Beth for Tara's birthday.
He spells it with a Y.
And now let's talk about cousin Beth, who is played by none other than Amy Adams.
She's such a good bitch.
She's such a good bitch. This is like either just before or just after my favorite movie ever, Drop Dead Gorgeous. So she's like kind of finding her like career path. And she is so fucking good in this episode.
I always forget she's the weird horse girl. Isn't she she's the slutty one.
She's the slutty one.
Yeah.
I got second runner-up. I got second place. She's that one.
Yeah, and also like make sure you cover the hickeys on my neck and on my ears and on my thighs and on my
Yes, that one. They won't let you do your routine naked. I already asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie so much. So, and she's so good in this. And she went on, of course, to have a massive career. I don't know if she's ever won an Oscar, but she's been nominated for a whole bunch
She
of
should
them.
be. She should. She's great.
Yeah. She's
funny.
My favorite is in Doubt. She's so good in Doubt as like the like counterpoint to Meryl Streep's like crazy, like not crazy, but like strict, serious nun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
you liked her in that singing one that she did.
She did a singing. Oh, Enchanted?
Yeah.
I love Enchanted.
Me too.
Anyway, and then of course, and then Donnie. I'm sorry, not Donnie. Her dad is played by Steve Rankin, who I really loved in a movie called Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence in like 1999 that nobody saw.
Never.
And brother Donnie is played by Kevin Rankin, who played Kenny on Breaking Bad and was TJ in the Dallas.
Did they
Buyers
both have
Club.
the same name?
What?
What were their names? What are their
Well,
different...
the brother is Donnie. I don't remember what the dad's name is. I don't think he even has a name.
They're in life names.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh God, now I'm confused. Okay, Steve Rankin plays dad.
Yeah.
And Donnie is Kevin Rankin. Oh my God, are they related?
That's what I was like. Did you just say the same name?
Wait a second. I guess we'll never know. Okay, I'm going to look into that because maybe they are. Hey, Naomi, I believe, is fact-checking for us today. Naomi, will you see if Steve and Kevin Rankin are related? Because they play father and son on this episode, which is pretty bonkers. So anywho, so they come to town and they are chatting, and like Tara shows up and she is not happy that they're there, but she's like, yeah,
she has a stutter all of a sudden, like a real thick one.
Like back to in season 4 when we first meet her.
I don't even remember that because you know why? I don't care about her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So at the Summers house, Buffy goes home. Riley's been watching Dawn. And then they're like talking about how they're going to fuck basically, which is gross in front of her sister. And then Dawn is going to go have dinner at her friend's house. And Buffy's like, you don't get to leave the house. No. And Buffy won't tell Riley about the whole key situation, which is very
Buffy won't tell anybody about the key situation. It's only her and Giles that know, and they have to protect Dawn. And so now Buffy, her whole personality has had a shift where now it's just like, I've got to protect this. And she can't know because she'll freak out and everyone else will treat her differently. So we can't tell anybody.
Naomi says that Amy Adams' first role ever was in Drop Dead Gorgeous, and then she did Buffy in 2000. Wow. That's shocking. She's so good at Drop Dead Gorgeous that it's hard to believe that's her first movie.
So good.
So Tara goes back to her room that she shares with Willow, and she finds her dad there. And he's like, it's ridiculous that you haven't moved on from magic. Like, why haven't you been talking to us? And he's like, we're going to take you home before your friends find out that you're half demon, and that's where your magic comes from. And Willow wants to do the demon locator spell to try to find Glory. And Tara had like sabotaged that one in the last season. Remember when she threw the thing to the side so the spell didn't work? And Tara's like, I can't do it.
Right, that's hence why I thought she was evil. So now we just know she's protecting herself.
Exactly. So, and then we see Tara cast a spell so that her friends can't see the demon side of her if they do this locator spell.
Except she fucked up the spell.
She fucked up hard. Then we see Riley. He's drinking in Willie's Place, which is a bar that Buffy went to in the early seasons to get information about like what was going on.
So is Riley of age?
And he is older than her because he's a TA.
Yeah.
So I guess so.
We're saying Riley's 21, just for the purpose of this show.
Let's go with Riley is 21. And there's a girl there, and she hits on him. And Riley's like, no, you're a vampire. I'm not going to hook up with you. Harmony goes to the crypt and tells Spike that these demons... Oh, I skipped the whole thing.
I was going to say, where did that part of the story go?
Glory is talking to this demon guy that was trying to kill Ben in the locker room and explains to... him,
who looks like the It Clown on acid.
A little bit. Like Pennywise, if Pennywise had a real rough weekend. And is like, I need you to kill the Slayer for me. I'm not going to get beat up by a Slayer. I'm a fucking god. I'm not letting a Slayer beat me up. So they're going after that. Oh my gosh. Guess what Naomi just told me that I didn't know. It might be in the trivia section of what I'm reading, but I don't know this. Apparently that girl is from the episode where Vampire Willow comes to Sunnydale and turns a girl into a vampire. That's the girl she turned into a vampire. Is the one that's hitting on Riley at the bar.
What I'm hearing,
I didn't know that.
Hearing is we are reusing characters and their costumes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm hearing that the writers are bored.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyway, so
I'm
I
hearing
didn't
that
know
we
that.
have this in the closet and we're like, yep, we're cheap now.
If that's true, that's really fascinating. So yes, that was Sandy, who was turned into a vampire at the Bronze by Vampire Willow, which is a really cool thing. I really didn't know that.
Using characters.
I think it's a nice little Easter egg. So Harmony goes to the crypt and tells Spike that these demons are going to go kill Buffy, and Spike's like, "Well, I want to see this shit," so he like goes to the magic shop. Mm-hmm. Cousin Beth, Amy Adams, finds Tara at the campus of the college, and cousin Beth is like, "Oh, you're such a selfish bitch," because she won't go back. Which I love that line. I kind of want that to be my text.
Because I have to tell you, I think Amy Adams is the demon of that generation.
Yeah.
But that's something we'll talk about when we finish this episode.
Yeah. Beth is like, well, your friends are going to find out unless you cast a spell on them or something. And then she's like, oh my God, you did. You selfish bitch. I just love Amy Adams calling me a selfish bitch is my kink, apparently. She tells Tara to tell her friends before she gets to them. And then Beth goes to find Tara's dad to tell him what's been going on. The demons show up. They start fighting Buffy. They start fighting the gang at the magic shop, but the gang obviously can't see them because Tara cast the spell, and now they can't see any demons. Spike shows up, and he's like, "I'm going to watch this fight," but then, of course, he can't resist jumping in and saving Buffy.
Because he needs to. Well, it's not that he's saving Buffy. I think at first he just needs to like join in.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I just need to hit something."
And the poetic side of it is that Buffy doesn't see anything of it because she doesn't see him either because he's half demon.
Oh, snap, Spike.
Yeah. Poor Spike.
Poor Spike. All of your advances have just been shielded.
Tara shows up. She breaks the spell. They kill the demons, whatever. Tara's family comes to the shop, and her father explains that they have demonic heritage, so all the women turn evil. They become adults.
Just like what happened to her mother.
Exactly. And he's like, we can control her, send her with us. We know how to keep this all under control. And Tara's like, I don't want to go. I love you. Da da da. And I love when Anya's like, well, what kind of demon is she? And she's like, some demons are productive members of society. So what kind of demon is she? And the dad's like, what?
He's like, wait, there's different kinds, like demon
yeah.
bad.
And then Spike punches her in the face. And has a reaction because she's human. I don't know why he didn't punch her in the arm or something, but he punched her in the face.
Because that wouldn't have been as dramatic.
Exactly. And he has a reaction, so there is not a drop of demon in Tara, we find out. And the whole gang stands up against
And that's maybe
them.
why she's not as good at magic as Willow is, because she's not a demon. Maybe Willow has demon in her, or is just a powerful witch.
She's a powerful witch.
Yeah. I just want there to be some major Easter egg drop hint something, because my 23andMe, how there's just nothing.
Yeah. So they all say that, the only way they're taking Tara is if they go through Buffy and Dawn and the whole gang and whatever. And then I love the scene when he's like, Xander's like, you have to go through all of us. And Spike's like, except for me, I don't care what happens. And Xander's like, except for Spike. And it's just this really cute scene where, and then the family is like, or the dad's like, she's our blood. What is she to you? And Buffy says she's family. And I thought it was very, very sweet.
That was very nice of Buffy, especially because none of them are fans of Tara's either. And they're like, wait a second. It's one of those things where listen, I can call my sister fat, but you fucking look at my sister.
Yeah. And then we see we see Tara's birthday party, and she's getting all kinds of silly witch things. And then we see Tara and Willow dancing, and they float, and it's the end of the episode.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh, how sweet. Before we get to our final thoughts, let's talk about a little bit of trivia for this episode.
Oh, great.
I don't have any. Apparently, the only piece of trivia is that that's the same vampire from before, which is kind of
Also,
interesting.
that maybe the father and son of Tara are related.
And yes, but we don't know yet. But maybe we'll find out. Okay, so
Moving on to Angel.
No. The international titles
Oh,
are the French title is Les Liens de Sang or Blood Ties.
no.
The Italian title is La Familia, the family. Pretty much every other title is the family.
Stupid.
It's kind of stupid, yeah. So, final thoughts and letter rating on this Buffy episode, Willow.
Oh, right.
Or Willow. I just called you Willow. Jewel.
Great. Should I do this in baby talk then?
I think it would be really cool if you
Oh my
did.
God.
Is it going to be awesome?
Oh, it's just made me sick. I thought about this for the second. I'm gonna give this because I like Lori so much, and I can tell I really like her as a character.
And you like the spike scenes.
And I love the spike scenes. Those are the best. It's the best part. It's the comedic relief, because otherwise it's just so whiny sometimes.
And you love Amy Adams.
I love Amy Adams. So I'm going to go high B for this one. Like a high B, not B+. It's definitely like a good B episode. I'd be very happy to see it. I would fast forward through all the Willow and Tara scenes. Just like, I support them as a couple. I think it's fabulous. Like, let's be honest, go girl. I love you.
Also, we got to remember this is one of the very earliest like lesbian relationships on TV.
And
it was a different time.
And it seems like a healthy one. Everything is great, even though they're getting a cat in a dorm room. I don't do cats. That's just a me thing. I'm more of a dog.
Nothing that shits in the house on purpose.
Seriously though. High B, it was great. I wouldn't watch the other scenes again, but I would this would be one where you like fast forward to the good parts.
I would say for this episode, I like it for what it is. It's not an integral part of Buffy. It doesn't really tell you anything. I think it
shows how like now Tara belongs.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I like it for what it is. It's kind of a sweet love story. The guest actors are all three of them. I thought were really great and really compelling. And I think that and I love like we said the spike scenes, and it's nice to see Amy Adams in a really early role. And I think the Tara Willow relationship is very cute and fun. And so I'm gonna give this an A-.
Oh wow, that's high.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A- because it's good for what it is. It doesn't and not every episode has to be Hush. You know, it's good. It's a nice, good, sweet story. It's self-contained. It's nice. It's lovely. Move on.
As I said, I'd watch it again, but I'd fast forward.
Yeah. Hey, before we talk about Angel, let's talk about our Patreon. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/GAC podcast. And we make all kinds of podcasts. For now, we're just doing the Buffy and Angel one, but we're going to be jumping back next week into the West Wing one. We'll be starting our 90s podcast any day now. We just got to get our shit together on it. Jewel and I have been weirdly busy in the last 2 months, so it's like we just got to find the time to do it. But we'll be there. And if you join us, you can have exclusive content, extended interviews, access to our private Facebook group, and all kinds of other fun stuff.
And we will be getting on a schedule with Naomi, because Naomi is the boss around these parts.
Yeah, Naomi is is frankly a lifesaver for us, because we don't have our shit together in any discernible way. Because
this is supposed to be fun for us, and so we just flit around like, little weirdos, which is fun. But we're gonna start actively posting on our Patreon and our special Scoobies page.
Yes. Oh, and we do have the private Facebook group where we do all kinds of fun things, including me posting pictures of the puppies I'm working with. So if you want to see my puppies, come on over. That's a weird way to get Patreon donations. But I do want to say one thing, Jewel. I have decided that whatever we get in the Patreon in April, that I will match that out of my pocket and donate it to the animal rescues here in Brooklyn.
Oh my gosh, I'll do it too. I'm in on it too.
Okay, so if any Patreon money that we make in April, so if you sign up, all of the Patrons we get in April, we're going to match that and donate it to the animal rescues here. And if you want to, my birthday's next Saturday, and for my birthday, I'm raising money there's 3 different organizations here. There's the SPCA of Puerto Vallarta, there's Las Animas Dog Rescue, which is where I volunteer at, and there is MexPup, which actually organizes to send Mexican street dogs to homes in the U.S. and Canada. So I will be donating to all those. So if you want to donate to that, I will post my my PayPal and Venmo links on my page. Send the money, and I will be divvying it up between those 3 groups.
Real talk, though, I think Mexican street, not to just pinpoint Mexico, but since you are there, Mexican street dogs are like the healthiest dogs.
They're super healthy.
My Mooney, my baby, my child that I got when I was a senior in high school, is turning. She'll be 16 in July, and she has, knock on wood, the most expensive thing that's ever happened to happen to her is dental work.
Yeah. They're pretty. They're
bomb proof.
They're pretty bomb proof. I mean, we have one that we literally found in the jungle and has apparently been living there his whole life. And is the sweetest dog in the whole fucking world. Doesn't bark, doesn't it? Like, he's great. So
he just lives life because he's, they're just lovely souls.
Exactly. So hey, let's talk about the Angel episode. Guys will be guys, shall we?
How fast do you think this episode will be?
I kind of like this episode. Let's get into it. It's also written by Jane Espenson, who is my favorite Buffy and Angel writer. She wrote Earshot, where Jonathan's in the bell tower with a gun in that episode, which is amazing. Favorite. I loved it. She wrote a lot of the funnier episodes. She also wrote Superstar.
Did she write the one about the hyenas?
No, I don't think she was on the writing staff at that point. Whatever. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Anywho, so this episode is an episode. Well, let's just get right into the description of what happens. Wesley's manning the front desk. A guy walks in and he's like, I need Angel's services. And Wesley is like trying to handle things, but he keeps slipping on stuff and dropping stuff because at this point, Wesley is just a clown of a character. And Cordy rushes in and tells him that Angel is trying to break into Wolfram and Hart because Angel's looking for Darla. Angel and Gunn go into the building from the sewers, and Wes and Cordy like stop the elevator. Oh, at one point, I like when she does say, "Can you wear something that a man would wear?" Which I thought was great. Angel and Cordy go in and stop the elevator, and they're like, "What are you doing, you lunatic?" There's vampire detectors, and Angel's whole plan is to basically just run as fast as he can to Darla before he can be stopped. A guard comes in and confronts them, and Angel shoves a stake through his foot and then leaves, which is like harsh. Like putting a stake through someone's foot is harsh. And the gang decide to go to Caritas, the karaoke bar, so that Angel can get some advice. I hate the karaoke
bar so much.
I love it. Gunn is bewildered that he never noticed such weird things in his own home. And Angel explains to the host that he needs to do something about Darla. Angel doesn't have to sing for the good of everybody. And the host sends him to this guy, Tish Magev, who is a Swami who helps people with the kind of problems that Angel's been having.
The kind of problems like having sex dreams.
Like sex dreams with your dead girlfriend who's not dead anymore.
Your dead girlfriend who's not dead.
Tale as old as time.
Song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, exactly. So a thug comes into the hotel when Cordy and Wesley are in the office with a gun, and he is asking to see Angel, and he says, I'll kill you if you can't make Angel be here immediately. Wesley throws on one of Angel's coats and pretends to be Angel. And they get taken to this house. And of course, Wesley goes in without being invited, but then throws himself back like he was rejected because he remembered. And we meet this guy, Magnus Bryce, who's a businessman who like produces spells and enchantments like factory style. And he's requesting Angel's services to protect his daughters from assassins from a rival corporation. Bryce gives Wesley, I did like this scene when Bryce gives Wesley a glass of blood, and Wesley's like, like just drinking the blood just to like try to fit in.
How did he not puke it right up is what I want to know.
I don't know what blood, like if I cut myself, sometimes I'll like, just to like make it stop. No. But I don't know that I know the taste of blood. Dr.
Alice, do people drink blood?
Well, we're asking Dr. Alice, but we should be asking Armie Hammer.
Womp womp. Did he get canceled yet? I don't know how the canceling culture works, but I feel like he should be on that list.
So Angel goes to this Swami's cabin, and he's like, oh, that's weird. The Swami looks and dresses like a schlub. that actor, I'm going to look him up actually real quick because he has been in a million things. The guy that played Art LaFleur is his name. He's been in like a million things. So I'm going to look him up real quick. And while I'm doing that, let's go back to this. So he's like telling Angel like his story, his character or whatever, based on the way that he presents himself. Wesley meets Mr. Bryce's daughter, Virginia, who, by the way, is gorgeous, right? The redhead.
I mean,
I think she's gorgeous.
I'm so happy that's your type.
I mean, it's not
Like,
really
if you were straight, that
type.
would be your type.
Oh my God! Here's where I know Art LaFleur from. He played Babe Ruth in The Sandlot. The Babe.
Oh,
Yes, that's how I know him.
killing me, Smalls.
Yes. So that's how I know him. And he does look like Babe Ruth, so that's accurate. So Wesley goes to meet Virginia, played by Bridget Branagh, which is a very Scottish / whatever name. And she's the redhead from Army Wives, apparently. Pamela from Army Wives, a show I've never watched. Have you ever watched it?
No, I remember it being on Lifetime, and I think it was like before The Client List, which is a show that Jennifer Love Hewitt did,
Yeah, I
which was
remember that.
great.
Where she plays, what's her name? Heidi Fleiss, basically, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we meet this daughter, Virginia, and Wes / Angel is hired to protect her, and he at some point he jumps in front of a mirror and realizes that he shouldn't be in it, so he moves and whatever, and has it covered for security purposes. And he's like, "Oh, Virginia's like a super nice girl. Like she lives in her room because there's all these threats against her, whatever. Like she's super protected is the point." And Wesley is like, "You need to be careful." And so she accepts him as her bodyguard. And then she wants to go shopping, and Wesley is like, "Maybe we should wait until morning." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, right. I'm a vampire. That's fucking dumb." Cordelia is trying to rescue Wesley.
Cordelia is like a wet blanket in this one. I'm loving Wesley's character for the first time ever.
And so Cordelia and Gunn go try to save Angel, and they want to identify. Go try to save Gunn.
Wesley.
They go try to save Wesley.
Wesley.
And they said, so she's like, "I'll send Gunn to go get Angel so we can go save Wesley." And then Cordelia's trying to figure out who held her at gunpoint. Wesley goes with Virginia, and she's looking around for a gift for her father for his 50th birthday, which is coming up.
By the way, he's so much older than 50, let's be clear.
Oh, I know. And she wants something that's the goddess Yeska, which is like her father's like favorite goddess. And the two of them are talking about their relationship. Wesley picks up a crucifix and is fiddling with it, and like without thinking. And she's like, "You probably shouldn't be holding that." And he's like, "Ow, oh, my hands."
Wesley, oh my God, my favorite right now.
I know. And then these two guys show up to try to abduct her. And then they're like, "You're Angel, you're the vampire?" And he's like, yes, I am. And you better leave before I beat you up, essentially. And then we see like Angel and the Swami guy fighting with staffs. And they're talking about Angel and his inner demon. And it really seems like this guy is like a quack. And also like trying to get him to like embrace the evil side of himself, which is kind of the opposite of what needed to happen. But then we see him call this guy Paul Lanier, who is the like rival of Virginia's dad, and explain to him that like I'm keeping him busy, whatever. I don't know if I can keep up the act because the actual Swami is dead, and the Angel's going to smell his blood eventually. But then this Paul Lanier guy is like, "Well, that's weird that Angel's with you because who the hell is the English guy that's with Virginia?" So Cordy is looking through mugshots, and her eyes wander to a gossip magazine, and they see the guy who, in a photo with Bryce and Virginia, who was the gunman that held her at gunpoint. Wesley takes Virginia to her room. And she's like, I just feel so trapped. I'm here my whole life. She's very Rapunzel-y. And then they go to her bedroom, and there's these two like guards standing outside, but it turns out they're not guards. They are like trying to kidnap her again. And Wesley fights the two of them. Yeah, and Wesley fights the two of them, and they go running off. And she's like, why didn't you put on your vampire face? And he's like, because I'm not like most vampires.
Oh my God, he's my
Love Wesley.
favorite.
Yes.
Oh, what? And also the fact that he could beat those two guys up. I was like, Wesley, where did you come from?
Angel and the fake Swami are talking about Wolfram and Hart's resurrection of Darla and Angel's desire to get to her. Angel says, like, I hate him. I hate her for what she did to me, like turning him into a vampire. And he's like, well, you should find another small blonde fucker or break her heart. And Angel's like, probably a bad idea. What with the whole like me turning evil thing. This guy's clearly trying to get Angel to turn evil, which is probably something that he doesn't want to happen because last time it was just a mess. So Virginia and Wesley go back to the room and they have a kiss. They get a little intimate. They whatever. And she's like, wait, what about your curse? And he's like, no, it's just a hex. Like, it's nothing, whatever. So, and then Virginia's like, okay, works for me. And she fucks her shit out of Wesley.
I mean, that man has been changed.
Right.
Wow.
Gunn arrives at the cabin to get Angel, and the Swami guy knocks him out. And Angel's like, yeah, okay, what lesson was that? And he's like, I know the real Swami's dead. Like, what the hell? And the guy's like, well, I'm in the sunlight, so you can't get to me. And Angel, this is kind of dumb, but also kind of cool at the same time. Angel grabs that fishing pole and like fishes him over to him, like gets the hook in his mouth. It doesn't make any sense, like on a physics basis, but it worked for me like dramatically.
No, it didn't. It didn't work for me. That part didn't work for me. Angel sucks. He just sucks. Fishing him over. What is this? A dance move? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Wesley wakes up next to Virginia and he's like, yeah, good night, whatever. And then he opens the door and Cordelia's there ready to rescue him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't leave. I have a job to do. And Cordy's like, but you're not Angel. Bryce and his guards show up knowing that Angel isn't actually protecting Virginia. And Wesley gets dragged into direct sunlight and is obviously not a vampire.
No, so it didn't work for him.
Yeah, so he tells Virginia his true identity, and she's pissed off. And she had no actual protection. So she's like, of course she's pissed off. And she's upset because she had made a friend, but he had lied to her the whole time. And so Bryce has Wesley and Cordelia thrown out. And berates the goon. And then we find out that he needs to make a sacrifice for his 50th birthday. And it needs to be the party of his life. So Wesley and Cordy go back to the hotel at the same time as Angel and Gunn. And they kind of update everybody on what's going on. And there's his 50th birthday. And there's tributes to this goddess. And Angel's like, Yeska's not a goddess. She's a Davrik demon. And she requires a sacrifice, a virgin sacrifice. Well, we don't know that yet. I skipped ahead. But she requires a sacrifice for the birthday. And he'll gain a whole lot of power if the sacrifice is successful. So Virginia's at this party. They're doing this ceremony to raise this goddess. And the dad's like, please don't make this harder for me because she's realizing what's happening. He's like, it's hard enough as it is. It's like, fuck you. And the gang burst in and starts fighting the gods, but it's too late because the guards.
The guards. I was like, what gods?
Well,
what are you talking about?
That was me saying guards with this weird Brooklyn accent that comes out of me occasionally that I can't help because I talk like my grandmother. Anyway, but I was saying guards, but gods and God. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Brendan, I worry. There's like, you're like a multiple personality, but like language.
Yeah. And yes, the goddess Yeska appears and says, like, I can't take her. She's impure. And then Yeska disappears. And Bryce is like, you slept with my daughter. You made her not a virgin. You ruined this sacrifice. You're a eunuch, whatever. And
a eunuch.
A eunuch. And Cordy is like, you fucked this girl? Like, you were with her for one day, pretend to be Angel for one day, and you got laid? Like, the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wesley used his game on that one. He did what he needed to do.
Yeah. And And she's like, Daddy, I'm not a virgin. She's like, remember that?
She's like,
driver?
what are you talking about? She's like, every person that you have had work in this house, I have had
fucked his
too.
brains out. Exactly.
She's terrible, but also kind of amazing.
She's like my favorite. I love her. She's just like, you really thought you were going to sacrifice a virgin? She's like, this wop has been taken.
This is not fresh.
Yeah, this is not. It's not a fresh wop.
It's not a fresh one.
She has a not so fresh feeling. Summer's Eve, please sponsor us.
Oh my God, don't. Never.
Cordelia finds out that Wesley is now like dating Virginia and presenting himself as like a bodyguard to the stars. It talks about the Wyndham Price Agency and all this other shit. And she's like, reflected glory is my thing. And Angel says, like, don't be jealous because he's getting attention. And then Angel's pissed off because it says that Wesley's job is bodyguard to the stars. And that's the end of the episode. Before we get into our final thoughts, let's talk about a little bit of trivia. Okay, here we go. When Wesley drinks the cup of blood, he's extremely lucky not to get poisoned or even killed, seeing as drinking blood is extremely dangerous, especially if the blood is not the same type as the drinker. I didn't know that. Did you?
Yeah, I knew it.
Drinking blood can be poisonous if you don't have the same blood type as the blood you're drinking.
Oh, stop. No. Is that why you have to have certain kinds?
Yeah,
I was not listening at all. I got a weird text.
I can tell you weren't listening at all. Anywho, and that's really the only piece of random.
It's because you can only O positive, O negative is the only universal donor.
Yeah. The German title of this episode is Angel für einen Tag, or Angel for a Day. I like it.
Well, that's a good one.
And the French title is, Le Usurpateur, or The Usurper.
No.
It's not a good one. But the German title is good. Angel for a Day. That should have been the name.
Angel for a Day.
Instead of Guise Will Be Guys.
You know what? I really like this episode, though, Brandon. Please let me review it first.
I would love to.
I beg of you.
I would love to.
I am going to give this episode... I didn't know I could like Wesley again or ever, really, because I've never really been a fan of Wesley. Cordelia, though, oh my God, why do I hate her so much? It's awful.
I don't know that Cordy really gets... Oh, no, she does, actually. I like her at the end of this season and the beginning.
She's like a whiny soccer mom right now to these boys. I don't like it at all. She's like, pick up your socks. Like, do you leave your shoes outside? Like, she's that's how I feel. She's talking to them sometimes. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Cordelia. I feel like Cordelia has, what did they say? She's jumped the shark. She was a badass bitch, and now she's a whiny old broad. Jesus. Not into it. But I love Wesley in this episode. Didn't know I could even like him. So I'm giving it a B+.
What's your B+? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like this episode for the same reason I like the last one, because it's a nice self-contained story. Wesley's great. I like the actress who plays Virginia. I think she's a very good actress, and her dad was like creepy. There's a lot of subplot stuff that I don't like in this, like the rival corporation, like
choosing to ignore it. Choosing to ignore it.
The Swami stuff I thought was quite boring, but I do like that it shows that they're really trying to get Angel to go evil. I like that, and that I think there's some connection there with Wolfram and Hart, maybe, possibly.
Something.
And I'm just happy we don't have another fucking sex dream episode. I'm so sick of them. Which of course we will be covering in our next episode, another one of them.
No, come on. When does he give up?
The last one.
Also, where is Drusilla? What is happening?
Well, don't you worry. We're going to get to that. So our next episode, we'll be covering the Buffy episode Fool for Love, which is actually in my top 10 favorite episodes. It's a great episode, and it's Spike-centric. You're going to be happy.
I'm so excited. And then we get to have another shitty Angel episode.
And we get to find out, if I'm correct, and I think I'm correct, in this episode we find out about some past Slayers, which is really interesting. We get to see the stories
in Angel or in Buffy?
On Buffy.
Oh, okay. Buffy I'm excited for no matter what. Angel, I'm like, oh, another sex dream.
Because I don't know if you remember, but it's established in season 2 that Spike has killed 2 Slayers before.
Right. He's like good at killing things.
Yeah.
That's why he likes to fight.
And we'll be covering the Angel episode Darla, which is about Darla. So yeah. Oh, did I give a grade? I didn't give a letter grade for this episode. I'm sorry. My letter grade for this Angel episode, guys, will be Guise, is a really fair, I think, B+ as well. Like, it's a good episode. It's a nice one to watch independent of everything else. I quite liked it.
B+.
So, yeah. So despite the fact that both Jewel and I were like, oh, we're not going to have much to talk about this episode. Like, these are fun episodes, but not much happens in them. We filled a whole hour. 20 minutes
Brandon,
of that was bullshit.
I was going to say 20 minutes of that was me talking about how I'm watching TikTok to try and be relevant. In life.
Amy says she already gives Full for Love an A+. So it's a fan favorite episode as well.
You can't grade it until I see it. Ugh.
Yeah. And we'll post on our Facebook page when exactly we're going to do that episode. That's the episode we were supposed to do today. So we'll make up for it sometime in the next few days.
You guys, I'm sorry. I blame coronavirus.
I blame Judaism because you can't do 2 episodes today because you have to go do Seder.
Oh, right. I've got a second night Seder. What?
Yeah. So, all right. Happy Passover to all the chosen.
You can't say what anymore, too. That's not cool. Yeah. That's what the kids say on this. Yeah. It's awful.
I'm fine being old. All right. Mwah. I love you. I'll see you guys soon.
Arg.
Arg.